everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Coach Meng, your mentor who makes difficult topics easy and easy topics a lot easier. So if you're one among the many who are aspiring to be a part of the government and you have applied to take the civil service exam or the entrance exam for NAPOLCOM, then you have clicked the right video. I'm sure you must have tried or did exercises or tried answering reviewers on the entrance exam for NAPOLCOM or civil service exam. And if you're having trouble with syllogisms, then this video is the right video for you. Okay, but I have broken this topic down into 3 parts. So for this part, we have the syllogisms that involve the word all. Okay, so let's find out how to make this topic easier. Okay, so for this part, we are gonna focus more on illustrating syllogism statements using the Venn diagram. But we will be focusing on those that would use the word all. Okay, so let's start with the correct mindset. Now, take note that for logical reasoning, where you find your syllogisms, okay, we should have the correct mindset. Okay, so first mindset is that you treat statements as absolute rules, meaning you ignore real world truth. Okay, because all the statements that are given to you are assumed to be the information or the data that you are allowed to work with. So do not use your common sense, but instead just focus on the data or information at hand. And number 2 is very important. You have to ignore real world truth because there will be statements that you might not agree with. But it's not about what you agree or disagree with. It's the fact or data or information that is just in front of you. Number 3 is our main purpose for this afternoon. How to visualize the relationship using a drawing, which for me, the best drawing or illustration that we can use is the Venn diagram. Okay, so when I say Venn diagram, this is what I mean. The Venn diagram. Okay, now to start with, let's begin with an example of a very simple statement that involves the word all. Okay, so if we have a statement and it says, all police officers are government employees. Okay, so how do we illustrate this using the Venn diagram? Now, for the Venn diagram, we can use shapes, all sorts of shapes, but the most common shape that we get to see are your circles, and then we can label your circles. However, we can make our own decision on what shapes to use. Like for example, we would like to use circle for the first, and then we can have maybe a triangle for the second, and a square or a rectangle for the third element. Okay, so how do we use them? I'm gonna show you how to use those using this example of trying to illustrate this statement. So it says, all police officers are government employees. So first and foremost that we have to take note of is the elements in the statement, or what are the things that are being compared. There are 2 groups that are being compared. What are they? You have your police officers and then the government employees there. So these are the 2 things that we are going to compare. So it says that all police officers are government employees. So we start with police officers. So if we start with the circle, let's say our police officers would be in the circle, okay? And it says all of them are government employees, meaning to say our government employees would be bigger than the shape of the police officers, meaning your police officers should be inside the government employees. So let's make your government employees be what? Your triangle. So let me just extend that a little so it will not like, okay. So if you're going to look at this illustration, you can definitely see that your circle, which involves your police officers, are inside. All of them is inside the triangle. Then we were able to illustrate this statement correctly. Okay, now let's proceed to the next, to another example or another statement. Okay, say for example, we have all government employees receive salaries. Okay, so again, let's compare the two groups that are mentioned here, or elements. We have government employees. Okay, so we have government employees and those that receive salary. Okay, so if we had our government employees to be our triangle earlier, okay, all of the government employees which are in your triangle, okay, receive salary, wherein we can use the square for the received salary. So your government employees, all of them are inside the square or your rectangle. So they all receive salary. Okay, so now let's let's try to find out what conclusions can you get from this illustration. Okay, so first, of course, that all government employees receive salary. But you can also make the conclusion that some that receive salary, okay, are government employees. There you go. This is another conclusion that you can get from the picture or the illustration. Okay, now what if these two statements are placed in a single problem? So how would we illustrate them? Okay, so let's go back to the first statement. It says all police officers, so our elements were police officers, government employees, and those that receive salary. Okay, so it says all police officers. So we have our police officers to be inside what? The government employees, which is your triangle. Okay, and that's the first statement. Now the second statement says all government employees receive salaries. So your government employees would be your triangle, and if they all receive salaries, then you'd have to put them all in the shape we assigned for receive salaries, which is what? The square. There you go. So this is a complete picture of, or a diagram of the two statements given above. Okay? So there is no other illustration that can describe these statements above. So let's try to make other conclusions based on the photo or the diagram. So we have, so maybe in terms of the police officer and the government employee, or the government employee in relation to the police officer. So if you notice, not all of the government employees are police officers. So you say some government employees are police officers. Okay, that's one. Next, same is true for those who receive salary. Okay, some of those who receive salary are, okay, some of those who receive salary are police officers. There you go. Or, ano pa? Say you have some of those who receive salary are government employees. Do we still have more? Or, I think that's about it. Okay? There. Now, what if we find this situation in a problem? Okay, now, and in that problem, you're asked to determine whether the conclusion given to you is true, false, or it cannot be determined, or that there is another suggested possible conclusion. Okay, so let's see. This is the syllogism problem, the complete syllogism problem that we have illustrated previously. Okay, so let's just complete the process. So first is go over the statement. So we have two statements. This is 1 and 2. And then after drawing the statements into a diagram, we try to check the conclusion if it is true, false, cannot be determined, or that the fourth conclusion should be used. Okay, so let's begin by drawing all police officers are government employees. So again, police officers in the middle, all government employees, are government employees. There. Okay, so these are your government employees, and then we said all government employees receive salary. Here. Okay, they receive salary. Now, let's take a look at your conclusion. It says, all police officers receive salary. Okay, now let's take a look at all police officers. Where are they? These are all your police officers. All of it. So is the circle completely inside the square, which is those who receive salary? Yes. Therefore, this conclusion is true. Your answer would be true. Okay, now let's try to work on another similar problem. Now, let's take a look at an example or a problem that has these statements in it. Okay, and let's try to check if which of the following conclusions would be acceptable for these two statements. Okay, so we said all dogs are asses. So quickly now. Then all asses are bulls. Okay, there. And let's take a look at your conclusion. So it says, the first one is, some dogs are not bulls. Some dogs are not bulls. Hello, look at the dogs. These are all your dogs. And they are all inside the square. So this is wrong. Okay, so that's incorrect. All right, next. Number 2. It says, some bulls are dogs. Some bulls, your B, some of them are dogs. True, because some of them are asses and some are just bulls. Okay, so this is true. Next we have all bulls are dogs. All bulls are dogs? No, because the bulls would be your square and just a small portion of the square are dogs. Okay, so this is incorrect. And then last, all dogs are bulls. All dogs are bulls. Are they all the dogs? Are they all in the square? Yes po. So we can say that conclusions 2 and 4 follows. Okay, so you can say conclusions 2 and 4 follows. There you go. Okay? All right, so I hope that you were able to understand how to draw the illustration or the Venn diagram for problems, syllogism problems that involve the word all. Okay, so once again, syllogism part 1 has been busted. Okay, so what to remember? Of course, you have to have a mindset reset. You don't use your common sense, but instead, you just base your interpretation or your illustration and analysis on the information or statement given in the problem. And then, of course, practice illustrating the diagrams accurately. Okay, so once again, this is Coach Meng, busting syllogism part 1, those that involve the word all.